All right, here we go. September the 23rd. It is 11:33. No pre-trib rapture yet. None's coming. Today we're going to do the nail in the coffin because there's only two Advents. There's only two epiphanies of Christ. Just two. Now we get this from the chapter that contains the blessed hope. Now, it's all over the internet that these liars are lying and saying that the blessed hope is a pre-trib rapture. No, it's not. We're going to prove that. We're going to put the nail in the coffin. So, this is why, Titus chapter 2, verses 11 through 15, this is why, not only is there not a pre-trib rapture today, there wasn't a pre-trib rapture in the 1800s. There's never a pre-trib rapture, because thus saith the Lord. When I say that, it's because I'm quoting the Bible, God's holy word. Remember that you have to avoid the traditions of men like John Nelson Darby. He invented this cunningly devised fable of a pre-trib rapture. Because what I'm getting ready to read to you proves there's only two Advents. Okay, so here we go. Titus chapter 2, starting in verse 11. For the grace of God that brings salvation has appeared to all men. Here it is in Greek, appeared. He is talking about the birth of Christ. Yes, this word here is where we get epiphany. So there's your first epiphany. Verse 12. Teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in the present age. Looking for the blessed hope and glorious appearing of our great God and Savior Jesus Christ. Here it is again. So verse 11 states that the epiphany was the birth of Christ, and this is saying that the second epiphany, the second Advent, in verse 13, is when Christ returns. This is G2015, 2015. There's only two. That's what these verses are saying. So, verse 14, who gave himself for us, that he might redeem us from every lawless deed and purify for himself his own special people, zealous for good work. Speak these things, exhort and rebuke with all authority. Let no one despise you. That's exactly what I'm doing. Verse 15 is exactly what I'm telling you. Now, let's make sure that we understand this epiphany. What happens at the second epiphany? 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 8. And then the lawless one will be revealed, whom the Lord will consume with the breath of his mouth and destroy him with the brightness of his coming. The second Advent. That happens at the same